Hello again. Welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Another episode. We're going to tackle the Virginia Derby. Thanks a bunch for joining me. You know, viewer support always very important to me. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and of course, comments always encouraged. If you tuned into video number one today for the Kentucky Downs couple turf races, I informed you guys I injured my back at the gym, damaged sciatica nerve, just been killing me all week. Well, I'm as close to pain free as I have been all week long. So we're going for more content today. Take advantage. Appreciate you joining me. Let's get after it. Race number 10 at Colonial Downs is the Virginia Derby, 9 furlongs on the turf, 3-year-olds. Decent field. Number one, Herchie is Helen Pitts ships in 25% shipper, which is one out of every 4 races. Pretty good. And she is due for some great stakes victories, I think. Moving up in class, pretty solid 2 for 2, as you can see in Breaking the Maiden and then the Allowance Company. So if this colt takes a big step forward, could be in the mix. I think we're talking about hitting the board, exactas and trifectas at least. Number 2, Grand Mo the First, a horse I kind of liked back here in the sort of on the Derby trail. I didn't really like it. He got into the Derby, but I just gave him absolutely no shot from the way outside post, and was just not the type of horse. Obviously, finishing 18th by 37 lengths back. Really got killed in the Florida Derby, but was close in the Tampa Derby. I think maybe a horse that likes the turf, obviously, switched back to the turf for the Bears Den, gets it done by a neck. I watched that race. Pretty close. Did a good job. Jarmello did a good job getting Grand Mo in the stalking, saving ground inside, and then got the opening he needed to shift outside and get to the lead, and then was able to hold off the rivals. And another bump at the start. Seems like this horse has trip trouble every time. You can see bump, start, steady, bump, start, bump, bump, bit slow. So if this horse ever got a clean break, might be dangerous. Plus 19, plus 17 pace, pretty hotly contested to allow that charge. So, like I said, it is a move up in class for Vic Barbosa. Paco Lopez rides probably on like an underneath play for me, because this one right here is probably going to be the play. I hate to go chalky Chalkerson here, but 2 turf races since making the switch after the Peter Pan have been pretty successful. The Manila was a second place finish, just 3/4 of a length behind. I can't remember who that horse was that won the race there, but it's in italics. So that horse came back to win its next race, which is always good for your competition's sake. Then ran up against Carson's Young and Legend of Time, run third, just a length and a half back from there. 100 speed rating, fastest in the field. So just everything lining up for Chris Clement, who I like as a trainer of the turf horses, trainer as a whole, but especially over on the turf where he is 19%. So this one is probably going to go on top. I don't really see Izzy Dioro for Blake Kelly. Tried the Saratoga Derby and finished 5th by 9. Frontline Warrior, Shug McGahee, pretty decent speed figures for these last 2, but I just not seeing it. In a Jam did look interesting. Mark Cassidy, Michael Sanchez, one of the best at Colonial. Third was 6 1/4 lengths back of Trickery, Brilliant Birdie. But it did finish third, so it just was no match for the top 2. Ran into some traffic trouble in that race. So pretty good race, but was defeated by Fulminio, who is in this field in the Boston Stakes there. before and did win the previous stakes. So kind of a borderline underneath use, maybe third leg of a try, something of that nature is what I'd be looking at. Des VO, I wanted to like it, but back to back wins, poor winner last race trainer record, 7% wins. So this last race in the Kent padded this 7%. So are we looking for three straight here? I doubt it. Madison Myers, trainer, Ben Curtis rides. So I'll probably pass on Desvio. Uh, Same with Massive. I looked a little closer. I do like Brittany Russell as an up and coming trainer. She's obviously got 10 wins and 41 starts, looking pretty good. Russell Sheldon, not a slouch, but just really, I mean, finished eighth in a optional claimer. So just really just over her head or over his head. The gelding failed his favorite. So I'll pass. Echo Lane, gonna pass on that one as well. Antonio Gallardo, Rohan Crichton is the trainer. Did win an allowance race, but that's nothing like we're facing here. There's just too many other good horses in here that have been more experienced in higher stakes races against better competition. So I'll pass there. Passing on Oscar's World as well. Brian Lynch, Martin Garcia, same thing, pretty much beaten by a weaker, facing tougher competition. I did look at Fulminio because I liked that win in the Boston, but did ran into the Saratoga Derby and finished sixth by 12 lengths. So I think it would be, if anything, it would be a bottom, like I said, third leg of a trifecta underneath play for like a part wheel, maybe would be something like that. And then I guess is that Zevrev, number 12, Sherry DeVoe. I wanted to look at. I really like Sherry DeVoe. Sixth by 3.25 in the Hall of Fame. Bumped. I went back and looked because it said bump 2X pinch start. I thought, well, maybe if it had some trip trouble, it could have been a different story. But it was a little bit of a rough break and did get back a little too far, but had every opportunity to get to re-engage and get back in the race, just didn't do it. So and that was the first step up into stakes competition. So it would be a surprise to say the least if he even hit the board. So I'll probably pass on that one as well. And not really much on the track bias. We've only had 3 races on record. So but I'm looking for these pressers right here is what I feel like is going to win this race. And that would be deterministic. That's the one that looks most likely in this race. Head back up top here. And you can see in a jam and Grand Mo the first, a little bit closer in prime power. But I do think that deterministic is the most likely. Then I would look to Grand Mo and Hershey. Then a small gap to In a Jam and Fulminio to finish it out for the Virginia Derby. I'm going to keep camping and putting these quick hitting videos out all day as long as I can do so. Hopefully you come upon them and they help you out. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button, and we will